Imagine this. You wake up one morning and your knees do not scream when you stand. Your hands can twist open a jar, button a shirt, and hold a hot cup of tea without that nagging ache. Now imagine that only 7 days earlier, you were stiff, swollen, and exhausted from fighting pain with pills that never seemed to last. What changed was not a new drug or a complicated diet. It was 1 week of eating in a way that tells your body to turn inflammation down instead of cranking it up. In this video, you will learn a gentle 7-day anti-inflammation plan designed especially for seniors, so you can test it for yourself and feel the difference in your own joints, your energy, and your sleep. Before you jump into a 7-day plan, it helps to know what you are fighting. Most seniors are told that pain and stiffness are simply wear and tear. The picture is more serious and more hopeful than that. What you feel in your knees, hips, hands, and back is usually not just old joints. It is a fire of chronic inflammation that has been smoldering for years. Acute inflammation is what happens when you cut your finger or twist an ankle. The area gets red, hot, and swollen, then calms down once the damage is repaired. Chronic inflammation is different. It is a low, constant alarm that never shuts off. Even when there is no fresh injury, your immune system keeps sending out chemical messengers that tell your tissues to stay on high alert. Over time, that constant alarm quietly damages cartilage, blood vessels, nerves, and even brain cells. For seniors, several forces push inflammation higher. Hormones that once helped control inflammation naturally have faded. Years of sugary foods, processed snacks, and fried meals have coated your cells in damaged fats and sugar residues. Sleep is often lighter, which means the body has fewer hours each night to repair. Many common medications are hard on the gut, breaking down its protective lining and feeding the wrong bacteria. That gut connection is crucial. Around 2/3 of your immune system lives in the wall of your intestines. When the gut is healthy, it acts like a smart border guard, letting nutrients in and keeping irritants out. When it is damaged, tiny particles of food and bacteria slip through into the bloodstream. Your immune system sees those particles as invaders and reacts. The chemicals released in that reaction can land anywhere, but they often settle in the joints, where circulation is slower and old injuries already exist. You can see the fingerprints of chronic inflammation in many common senior health problems. In the joints, it shows up as arthritis. In the blood vessels, it shows up as high blood pressure and plaque. In the brain, it can contribute to memory loss and low mood. In muscles, it can cause constant fatigue and slow recovery after even small efforts. This is why reducing inflammation is not only about making it easier to climb stairs. It is also about protecting your heart, your mind, and your independence. The hopeful part is that inflammation is not fixed like your age on a calendar. Blood tests that measure inflammatory markers can change in a matter of days when people change how they eat, sleep, and move. You may not be tracking lab numbers, but you can feel the same shift as less stiffness, less pressure, and more ease in your body when you give it a break from inflammatory foods. This 7-day plan is a way to do exactly that. It is not a lifetime prison or a fad cleanse. It is a focused week of sending your body a very clear message. Stand down. Cool off. Let healing start. Now let us turn this science into a simple plan you can actually follow. Think of the next 7 days as a short experiment, not as a new identity. You are simply going to eat in a way that puts out the fire instead of feeding it, then watch how your body responds. Day 1 is about omega-3 power. Omega-3 fats are some of the most studied natural inflammation fighters we have. They help your body create substances that turn off inflammatory signals and support flexible cell membranes in your joints, brain, and blood vessels. For this first day, Your main goal is to include at least one omega-3 rich food at every meal. Breakfast might be a bowl of warm oatmeal topped with a handful of walnuts and a spoon of ground flaxseed. If you prefer eggs, scramble 2 eggs in a little olive oil and add chia seeds to a side dish of fresh fruit. At lunch, build a big salad with leafy greens, cucumber, and tomato, then place a piece of canned wild salmon or sardines on top. At dinner, bake or grill a portion of salmon, mackerel, or trout with a simple squeeze of lemon and a side of vegetables. If you do not eat fish, use extra flax seeds, chia, and walnuts through the day as your omega-3 source. Day 2 adds another layer. This day belongs to leafy greens and cruciferous vegetables. These plants are packed with vitamins, minerals, and special compounds that help your liver clear out inflammatory chemicals. They also provide fiber, which feeds the good bacteria in your gut. Aim for at least 3 packed cups of these vegetables across the day. That might sound like a lot, but 1 large salad at lunch and a generous side of steamed broccoli or Brussels sprouts at dinner will get you very close. Keep the cooking gentle. Steaming or light sautéing preserves the delicate compounds that help fight inflammation. Boiling vegetables until they are soft and gray drains away many of those benefits into the cooking water. Here is one simple way to structure day 2. Breakfast stays similar to day 1, with oats or eggs and some nuts or seeds. For lunch, have a large salad made from spinach or mixed greens, topped with chickpeas or grilled chicken, and dressed with olive oil and lemon instead of bottled dressing. Add a handful of lightly steamed broccoli or cauliflower on the side. For dinner, try a stir-fry with kale, cabbage, and a small amount of lean protein cooked in olive or avocado oil, flavored with garlic and ginger instead of heavy sauces. By the end of day 2, many people already notice something. Bloating is a little less. Energy is a little more steady. Joints may not be perfect, but they often feel less angry. That is your body responding to a sudden drop in inflammatory foods and a surge in protective ones. By day 3, you have already started to quiet the fire with omega-3s and greens. Now it is time to bring in some of nature's most colorful defenders. Day 3 is berry day. Berries are not just sweet little treats. Their deep red and blue colors come from pigments that have strong anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects. These pigments help protect your blood vessels, your brain tissue, and the delicate lining of your joints from damage. On day 3, aim for at least 1.5 cups of mixed berries spread through the day. You can use fresh or frozen, whichever is easier and more affordable. In the morning, toss a handful of blueberries into your oatmeal or yogurt. At midday, add sliced strawberries to your salad or eat a small bowl of mixed berries as dessert instead of cookies. In the afternoon, keep a cup of frozen berries on the counter until they soften and enjoy them slowly while you read or watch television. If you are concerned about fruit and blood sugar, remember that berries have more fiber and less sugar than many other fruits. When you pair them with protein or healthy fat, they release even more gently into your system. That is why combining berries with yogurt, nuts, or seeds is such a powerful combination for seniors with inflammation and blood sugar concerns. Day 4 shifts focus to the right kinds of fat. For years, many people were told to fear all fats. That advice did real damage. Your body needs fats to build cell membranes, make hormones, and absorb key vitamins. The problem is not fat itself, but the type of fat. Many processed foods are full of industrial seed oils that push the body toward inflammation. You are going to do the opposite. On day 4, you will deliberately bring in healthy fats, especially extra virgin olive oil, avocados, and a small handful of raw nuts. These fats support your heart and brain and help your body use all the plant nutrients you have been eating in the last few days. Make a goal of at least 3 tablespoons of olive oil in your meals, spread out across the day. At breakfast, you might drizzle olive oil over scrambled eggs and sautéed spinach. At lunch, build another large salad, this time adding half an avocado and dressing it generously with olive oil and lemon juice, salt, and pepper. In the afternoon, take a small snack break with a handful of almonds or walnuts. For dinner, roast vegetables like carrots, Brussels sprouts, or zucchini in olive oil at a moderate temperature until they are just tender and a little brown at the edges. As you finish day 4, notice how this way of eating feels compared with the low-fat diets of the past. Meals should feel satisfying, not heavy. You should be able to go several hours between meals without feeling shaky or desperate for sugar. That stable feeling is a sign that your blood sugar is calming down and your hormones are coming into a better rhythm, which directly lowers inflammatory signals in your body. By the time you reach day 5, you have been adding healing foods for several days. Now it is time to test what happens when you pull out one of the most common triggers for gut irritation in older adults, certain grains, especially wheat. Not everyone is sensitive to gluten or grain proteins, but far more people react than ever get diagnosed. As digestion slows with age, these proteins can irritate the gut lining, lead to gas and bloating, and keep inflammation smoldering. Day 5 is your grain light experiment. For this one day, and ideally for the rest of the week, remove bread, pasta, crackers, breakfast cereals, and baked goods made from wheat, barley, or rye. Instead, focus your meals around vegetables, protein, and healthy fats. If you feel you absolutely need a grain, choose a small serving of white rice or quinoa, which tend to be gentler on many senior digestive systems. Breakfast might be a vegetable omelet cooked in olive oil with a side of berries instead of toast. Lunch could be a big bowl of vegetable soup with beans or chicken and a simple salad on the side. Dinner could be baked fish with a pile of roasted vegetables. The goal is not to be hungry. The goal is to notice how your body feels when gluten and heavy grain products are not part of the picture for a few days. Many seniors are surprised to discover that without bread at every meal, afternoon naps feel less urgent and stomachs feel flatter. Joint pain that once peaked after big bowls of pasta may ease. If you notice positive changes, that is valuable information you can use moving forward, whether you stay grain-free or simply eat grains less often. Day 6 turns up the volume on flavor and healing at the same time. This is the day for spices and herbs. Long before modern medicine, people used turmeric, ginger, garlic, and cinnamon as everyday medicine for pain and digestion. Modern research has confirmed what tradition already knew. These spices contain compounds that directly interrupt inflammatory pathways. On day 6, make it a game to include at least one of these spices in every meal. Stir turmeric and a pinch of black pepper into scrambled eggs or a warm drink in the morning. The pepper helps your body absorb the curcumin and turmeric more effectively. At lunch, chop fresh garlic into your salad dressing or lightly cook it with vegetables. In the afternoon, sip ginger tea or add fresh ginger to a smoothie. At dinner, sprinkle cinnamon over baked apples or into a bowl of warm oats if that fits your plan. These spices do not work like instant drugs, but they do have a cumulative effect. Used day after day, they help reduce the activity of enzymes that drive inflammation and support better circulation. They also make your food taste rich and satisfying, which makes it easier to keep eating this way even after your 7-day experiment has ended. As you close day 6, take a moment to look back. You have shifted from a diet that may have quietly fueled inflammation for years to a pattern that actively cools it. Even if you have not done it perfectly, your body has noticed every better choice. Part 6. Day 7 Hydration and the foods you must stop feeding the fire. Day 7 is both a finish line and a starting point. On this day, you focus on two things. First, giving your body the water and gentle drinks it needs to clear out inflammatory waste. Second, getting brutally honest about the foods that have been driving your inflammation all along. Chronic dehydration is a hidden problem in many seniors. As we age, the thirst signal becomes weaker, and it is easy to mistake thirst for hunger or simply ignore it. When you are low on fluid, your blood becomes thicker, your kidneys struggle to filter waste, and inflammatory substances move more slowly out of your tissues. On day 7, your target is at least 8 glasses of water spaced throughout the day, adjusted if your doctor has you on fluid restrictions. Alongside water, bring in 3 cups of gentle herbal or green tea. Green tea contains plant compounds that have been shown to reduce certain inflammatory markers. Ginger, chamomile, and peppermint teas can soothe the digestive tract and nervous system. Drink them plain or with a squeeze of lemon. Adding sugar will only drag you back toward the state you are trying to leave behind. While you hydrate, it is time to face the 4 biggest food categories that have been fanning the flames. The first is added sugar in all its forms, not just desserts, but sweetened yogurts, sauces, and drinks. Sugar spikes your blood glucose, which triggers inflammatory reactions and feeds harmful gut bacteria. The second is highly processed foods, anything with a long list of ingredients you do not recognize. These often contain preservatives and artificial flavors that stress your liver and immune system. The third category is refined grains, especially white flour products that break down quickly into sugar, and the fourth is industrial seed oils such as soybean, corn, and generic vegetable oil. These oils are very high in omega-6 fats and are used in most packaged snacks and fried foods. When omega-6 intake is far higher than omega-3, as it is in most modern diets, the body shifts into a more inflammatory state. On day 7, read a few labels in your kitchen. Look for added sugars, seed oils, and long chemical names. You do not have to throw everything out today, but choose at least a few items to remove completely, especially sugary drinks, obvious junk food, and your main cooking oil if it is one of those seed oils. Replace it with olive oil or avocado oil for cooking going forward. If you take several medications or have kidney or heart conditions, always check any major change in fluid intake or diet with your healthcare provider. A 7-day reset should work with your treatment, not against it. Bring this plan to your next visit and ask how to adapt it safely. This day is about seeing clearly. Once you see which foods keep lighting the match, it becomes much easier to say no to them because you are no longer just avoiding empty calories. You are actively protecting your joints, your heart, and your brain every time you choose differently. A plan only matters if it fits into real days, with real cravings, real families, and real schedules. The goal of this 7-day anti-inflammation reset is not perfection. It is progress and information. You are running a short experiment to see how your body feels when you take inflammation seriously for just 1 week. To make it work, planning ahead is your best ally. Take a quiet moment before you start your week and sketch out simple meals for each day. You do not need gourmet recipes. Think in patterns instead. Mornings built around eggs or oats with seeds and berries. Lunches built around large salads or vegetable soups with some protein. Dinners built around fish or lean meat with plenty of roasted or steamed vegetables. Snacks that are nuts, fruit, or cut vegetables instead of crackers and cookies. Next, set your kitchen up for success. Move the most tempting inflammatory foods to the back of cupboards or out of sight. Put berries, washed greens, carrots, and nuts at eye level in the fridge. Fill a large bottle with water in the morning so you can see your progress through the day. If you live with others who are not ready to change yet, claim one shelf or drawer as your anti-inflammatory zone and stock it with your foods. During the week, pay close attention to your body without judgment. Each morning, take 30 seconds to rate your joint stiffness, energy, and mood on a simple scale from 1 to 10. You can jot this down on a notepad by the bed. In the evening, note how you slept and how your digestion feels. This is not homework. It is a way to make the changes real instead of vague impressions. Expect some challenges. The first days without your usual bread, sweets, or processed snacks may stir up cravings or irritability. This is normal. It often means your blood sugar and gut bacteria are recalibrating. Have a plan for those moments, such as herbal tea, a small bowl of berries, or a short walk to shift your mind and body. Most importantly, treat this week as a conversation with your body, not as a test you can fail. If you slip and have a sugary dessert or a fried meal one day, notice how you feel and then simply return to the plan at the next meal. One-off choice does not erase the benefits of all the others. What matters is what you do most of the time. At the end of 7 days, review your notes. Did your morning pain shift even slightly? Are your rings less tight? Are you sleeping more deeply? Any improvement is proof that food is a powerful lever for your inflammation. From there, you can decide which habits to keep daily, which to use most days, and which to bring back only on special occasions. That is how a 7-day reset becomes the foundation of a new, gentler way of eating for your joints and your whole body. If you are tired of feeling older than your age every time you stand up, let this be the moment you stop only listening and start experimenting. Do not just nod and move on to the next video. Pick a start day for your 7-day reset, clear out a few of the worst inflammatory foods, and bring in the simple meals you just heard about. Then pay close attention to your body. Notice your morning stiffness, your energy in the afternoon, and how well you sleep by the end of the week. If this guide helped you, tap like so more seniors can find it, hit subscribe, and turn on notifications for more practical health tools, and share this with a friend who is scared of losing their independence. 7 days from now, the two of you could be talking about how different your bodies feel so much better.